Okay.
All right, so I'm here with Luke Rassmussen today, and he's the principal at Ogden High. You want to say a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so no, principal at Ogden High School. This is my fourth year, and we have a diverse school, about 60% free and reduced lunch, 50% Hispanic. It's a majority minority school, and it's been a crazy couple of weeks.
I
Or
can
I guess a
imagine.
week. It feels like a couple of weeks. It's only been about a week, but it's
I
been kind of crazy.
know that's nuts. Well, you came to mind as a potential partner that other principals around the state of Utah and the country, for that matter, could learn from, given your movement and shift from classroom only learning to a blended learning style using Canvas, which is provided by the state of Utah as an LMS for teachers and students. So why don't we start the conversation off with what that, like, not pre-coronavirus, what did that look like in your school, and how are your teachers utilizing that?
So we really tried to spread the use of Canvas across our school. So even like our professional development now, as administrative team, we roll out on Canvas. So everything's on Canvas. Every module that we've done this year with our teachers has been on Canvas. So it's kind of really pushed even those teachers that haven't been familiar with Canvas to have to get familiar with Canvas. So our deep data dive documents, like everything, when we look into our CIAs and how students are doing, we have a form in Canvas that they go in and fill out. We've had discussions with our teachers. We provide feedback to our teachers in Canvas just to try to model what we want teachers to be able to do. So really, that's been a huge push. We've also started some online classes, which was a help. So we have about 8 to 10, I don't know the exact number, but 8 to 10 teachers right now currently have an online class that's fully online. That's all modeled through Canvas. So we have like U.S. government, Fit for Life, financial literacy, so an English class, a math class, that is all fully on Canvas that students can actually enroll in that. We give them either a study hall or they can even do it from home. But they're able to just have some more flexibility in their schedule. So that's something that we're trying to push too, which has kind of helped prepare our teachers for this situation. So
how have students and parents responded to Canvas being used in the classroom?
So I would say currently we have about 85% of our students who are familiar with Canvas and utilize Canvas, which is good because they're already familiar with it. They already know what to do. They know to look. Parents know to look for their grades on Canvas. They know that's how they're going to have their instruction delivered. And so it's been a really that part of the transition has been smooth because our kids are so familiar with it that it hasn't been anything new. Now it's just a lot more,
right.
But it hasn't been a huge undertaking to get people familiar with Canvas as far as our students, even our teachers. We're getting ready to go one-to-one here next year with Chromebooks. We're pretty much one-to-one with devices in the building, but we're actually going to go one-to-one with kids taking them home. So kind of this, as part of preparing for that, we've really started ramping up our Google training. We have about half our teachers are level 1 Google certified. We have about 20 teachers that are level 2 Google certified, and every teacher in our building is engaging in Google training currently. So that's also been kind of a side benefit to preparing for this, situation without really knowing we were preparing for this situation. But our teachers are getting really familiar with using Google and using different ways to utilize that on the online environment as well. And within every department, we kind of have an expert. So some of our teachers that are veteran teachers that are kind of having a hard time coming around to this online learning model, there's people within their department who are experts who have helped them build their Canvas courses, help them understand how to check, their assignments, how to have, fruitful discussions using Canvas, how to do different things that have made the learning experience hopefully better for our students while we roll this out.
Yeah, fantastic. So, so then I think it was the previous Friday, your superintendent announced that we're going to go to a 2-week soft closure. What were your leadership moves with your faculty to prepare them for this and the platforms that they would use, namely Canvas? How was it a smooth transition? Was it a little bumpy? and kind of talk to me about what you did as a leader to prep your team.
So as soon as that all went down Friday, we had a full day of professional development planned, where we were going to be working up with Avid and doing some Avid training and stuff in our building. We just scrapped that completely, reset the whole day, had teachers come down first thing in the morning, and we basically did a Canvas tutorial. I have a really good administrative team, and we went through and we created a skeleton Canvas course that we shared out to teachers that had some basic things that they could do. We really asked our teachers to start creating that day after we did that training with that skeleton Canvas course, and went through how to do some different things as a faculty. We had a couple key teachers share out some ideas that they had already been working on. I have one of my administrative intern is a Google innovator, and so she's very familiar with Canvas. So I mean, it was like she kind of took the ball with creating the Canvas course and put some things out there for teachers. We shared that out, and we just got teachers creating content and building courses right away on Friday, and kind of looking at a two week period where we got to get some content out there. We're going to start pushing this out. Let's focus on essential skills, reviewing, reteaching. And really initially that's what we wanted to do. And then we kind of had the luxury of, when they decided not to have any students Monday or Tuesday, we just continued that work. So by the time we were ready to roll everything out Wednesday, except for the earthquake, right? So we were ready to roll Wednesday with all of those things. And that kind of gave us enough time to really get everything up and running. Really every single teacher, 100% of our teachers had their 2-week plan filled out.
That's phenomenal.
Ready to roll on Wednesday.
What are some of the key strategies that, so you mentioned that you've got an innovative admin intern and some innovative teachers. What are some of the key strategies that are doing with Canvas or through Canvas to keep students engaged and try to, I mean, it's almost like a virtual attendance piece that students may not be used to. What are some of those strategies that you guys are using?
So our teachers have really they've created a lot of videos where they're of themselves walking students through concepts, and then they've utilized the discussion to get kids engaged and get them socially interacting with their teachers. So we haven't done any face-to-face video conferencing or anything like that where it's live, but it's been recordings and then pushing out content material to students, and then using that discussions within Canvas to really keep students engaged has been primarily one of the main things that they've utilized.
Excellent. And you also mentioned that your school is, you have a significant amount of students who are low SES. What have you guys done to support those families that may not have access to technology at home?
So we've really tried to give them all the information we possibly can. Our district has a few hotspots we've been able to give out. They're getting some more. And then the partnership, like Comcast, has been huge with them allowing opening up all of the routers basically across the state. If you're a Comcast person, they've kind of went outside that IEP address so that anybody can just log on to any Comcast network like a hotspot. So we put together a flyer of different ways students can access internet, and then we've really blasted that out to our community. And then we created a Chromebook checkout system. We've checked out about 170 Chromebooks. We're delivering some to some of our special needs students today, actually, that have not been able to get them. And then we've tried to just get as much information as possible out to families about how they can access the internet, what they can do if they don't have any access to the internet. And then we've also, that's pretty much what we've done, I guess. That makes sense.
That's fantastic. A really proactive approach to ensuring that all students have access to Canvas from their home. Great.
And another thing we've done, our ELL students, we have a large ELL population. So Nearpod we have access to their ELL supports. So we've really started that's just as of today as well, started pushing out those supports and ELL supports that Nearpod has, and then asking teachers to make sure that they're thinking about our ELL students and making their content accessible to them as they're pushing out these Canvas modules.
No, that's phenomenal. That's excellent. So as we wrap this up, if you were speaking to principals, administrators, districts across the state of Utah, or whoever's viewing this, what is your advice in regards to Canvas? currently in our COVID-19 situation, and then post-COVID-19 when we're back in the classrooms?
Well, I think that's where the world's headed. I mean, if you're preparing your students for college, you know, Canvas is going to be something that they utilize. And so I'm a big believer in doing as much with it as you can and getting kids familiar with it and utilizing it in your regular classrooms, utilizing it for have some discussions with your students, do some flipped model, you know, some flipped learning models. I mean, do some different things with Canvas and push that out in your building, because it is a real world skill, regardless of what we're dealing with right now. It's something that many of our kids are going to need to be familiar with. And just don't be afraid to push that envelope. I really, one of the biggest things, so we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from our teachers about the professional development being on Canvas, about them being able to interact with it that way, because they can go find it and look at it and review it. The school goals, look at whatever it is, you know, they need to look at, and it's always there on Canvas versus just having that in a face-to-face delivery method, which we still do, but utilizing that module on Canvas, having all your teachers have a Chromebook, follow along, be more interactive. That's been a really, I would suggest doing more things like that with your faculty on Canvas and kind of modeling that behavior that you want them to use with their students. But
I love it. I love it. Well, Luke, I really appreciate your time. I know you guys are incredibly busy, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and we'll get together soon.
Absolutely. Hey, appreciate you, Brian. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.